Hey, I'm Jade Keogh.
And hello from me too, I'm Grace Seeley.
We both play for the Millwall Lionesses and are sponsored by the No One Likes Us talking team.
Why not sponsor one of our teammates just like they do?
To find out how, just email
kwebster@millwallcommunity.org.uk.
I'll say that again.
kwebster@millwallcommunity.org.uk.
In your email, say who you want to sponsor and we'll get back to you with the sponsorship details and what to do next.
This is all you have to do and it will help us to get back to where we belong. Thank you guys.
Welcome to a special this evening where we welcome Stef Paci from the Millwall Lionesses and Gianluca Sardi, who is her sponsor, and Alberto Zingales, who is a reporter for the Italian community. First of all, I'd like to say welcome, Stef. Great to have you on the show. We've had a few of your colleagues from the Lionesses on over this season. Lovely for you to join us.
Yeah, thanks guys for having me. Looking forward to speaking with you all.
Good. Gianluca, great to have you on again. Good friend of the show, but also you chose to sponsor Stef this season.
Hi everyone. Thanks so much, Simon, for organizing this wonderful event. Thanks to Stef and Alberto for joining us today. And it's a real privilege for me to be here with all of you. And I would also like to send the regards of Alessandro Gaglione, the chair of Committees London and director of Sleek Law, who was unable to come, unfortunately, due to an unexpected work commitment. And also I would like to send you the regards of Simona Spreafico, the chair of Il Circolo, an Italian cultural association and charity based in London, who was also unable to come due to a last-minute commitment.
That's very good. Gianluca, can you enlighten us a little bit more on Simona's involvement in the charity?
Yeah, thanks so much, Simon. Simona is the chair of Il Circolo, which is a charity based in Chelsea, which aims to fund scholarships for young students, especially PhD students working on research projects which aim to spread the Italian culture in the United Kingdom. And since its foundation in 1994, Il Circolo London funded nearly £700,000 in scholarships, and is always ready to organize charity initiatives involving the Italian community in the capital.
Excellent. Alberto, I've had the pleasure of meeting you before, but just tell us briefly a little bit about what you do in terms of football and the Italian community.
Okay, my name is Alberto. I live in London since 2013 and I'm a football blogger. I've read in these 10 years I've read for many blogs about English and Italian football, but the last few blog experience I speak only about English football, and actually I have a collaboration with an Italian page called Il Calcio a Londra, and I already have a lot of experience with your community, and as well, the goal of our blog is to show to the Italian people how is London, not only from the center of London, so Piccadilly, Trafalgar Square, but we want to show to the Italian people every corner of this wonderful and big city. We talk about football, but there is a lot of our article talk about the story in London, about curiosity of the boroughs, about stories about historical people born in London, and we have as well a section that about the musician and the artists that are born in this city. But mainly we cover all the football team, London football team, from the Premier League until the National League. And there are 2 years that we start as well with the women's football. In fact, Sunday I was on Sellers Park to watch the Conti Cup final between Arsenal and Chelsea.
Great, Alberto. Thanks for that. Great introduction. Well, Stef, great group of people here to talk to you. You started your career, certainly, I suppose, as an under-23 at Crystal Palace. Tell us, before we go into any other further details, about how you ended up joining the Lionesses.
So, I mean, my career didn't start there, I'd say. It probably started when I was a bit younger. I got into football actually quite late for a girl footballer. I think a lot of girls start when they're very young, sort of 5 or 6. I didn't really start playing until I was about 12. And then grew up playing for the West Ham Academy as my local sort of academy team. And then, so recently signed for Millwall Lionesses. Coming from last season, I was at London Bees for a short while before joining Stevenage towards the end of the season. I've known a few of the girls at Millwall and knew the coaches, and I knew that it was a good club to be at. Signed recently, just before Christmas actually. And unfortunately, I did pick up an injury quite recently, but hopefully to get back before the end of the season.
That sounds good to us. Well, let's hope so, because we want to see you boosting the Millwall Lionesses up as far as they can this season. Definitely. It's going to be a tough call, but you never know. Gianluca, we've talked about Stef's football playing experience and how she came to join Millwall. Would you like to pose a question?
Yeah, thanks so much, Simon. And I would really like to ask Stef if she finds any significant similarities and differences between women's football in England and women's football in Italy.
I'd say, similarities, there's still... Obviously, there's loads of opportunities in both Italy and England. I'm obviously more familiar with football within England, living here my whole life. But I think there's a big difference. I feel like football for women in England is developing quite rapidly, especially over recent years, and especially with the Euros, the success of the England Lionesses last summer. So I feel like it's developed more here. But that's not to say that players in Italy are as skillful or aren't as talented, because I do keep an eye on the Italian women's national team as well. I just feel like there's a lot more, I'd say probably to do with funding and initiatives going on in England, and that's maybe because I know about more being a PE teacher as well, a little bit more about what's going on in England. Yeah,
wonderful perspective. Thanks so much, Stef.
No
Alberto, what we got from you?
Okay, Steph, I want to ask you, how do you perceive your relationship with Italy, and what do you think about the fact you joined the Millwall Lioness? This fact that you joined the Millwall Lioness may encourage many London-based Italians to attend the Lionesses game at the St. Paul ground?
I'd definitely like to think so. I'd like to think that we can get lots of people through the door to come and watch us. We're a very talented side. We play in a very competitive league with some big names in there. So I'd like to think that it does entice people to come in and come and see the talent, not just Italian fans, but, everyone in the local area as well. When people ask me my nationality, obviously they notice my name is Stefania and Paci, and they recognise it's not an English name. They do ask my nationality, and I'm always proud to say that I'm Italian and I come from my Italian family, and quite happy to speak about my roots. Although I do say that I am an Italian that was born in England, so although I was brought up Italian with, sort of very traditional family, values and everything that comes from being Italian. I still was brought up here, so there are things that I've picked up from living in England as well. But yeah, very proud to talk about my Italian nationality and my roots from my family.
That's wonderful. Absolutely
wonderful to hear it. Absolutely wonderful.
So, what would you say your ambitions are, Stef, for the future?
Well, I've always said in terms of football, it's to play at the highest standard that I can. And with Millwall, a talented squad that we've got, I do believe that there are promotions on the card for us, and I do feel that we can get there. So if that means, helping, get success with the Millwall Lionesses, then, I'm very happy to be a part of that and contribute as much as I can. So, yeah.
That'd be good. And hopefully Gianluca might turn up for this sponsors afternoon, although I heard him stutter about that earlier. What do you think, Gianluca?
Absolutely, yeah. Kelly Webster always organizes these wonderful events with the Millwall Community Trust too, and I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all the staff of the marvelous Millwall Community Trust and especially Sean Daly, the CEO, and Kelly Webster. And looking forward to the sponsors event taking place on the 26th of March at St. Paul's Sports Ground before the Lionesses game of that Sunday. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thanks for that. Alberto, anything else you might like to add or subtract?
I have a curiosity. The first one, where is from originally your family, and the second one, what do you think about Alessia Russo? That is on your same situation. Is a British girl born from an Italian family.
My mum's side is just south of Naples. Near Salerno, Marina di Ascei, so a little village near there.
Yes, I'm from Messina, from close to Napoli.
Oh, nice, lovely, yeah. So, it's my mum's side, and then my dad's side is from Sicily. So,
oh wow.
We usually go to our sort of my mum's side of the family near Napoli. So, I think with Alessia Russo, I'm not too sure if she's one of her parents is Italian and one maybe English, but I think it's a case of, and we go back to talking about the sort of how football has developed in the two different countries. I just feel football here in England is slightly more advanced, and I feel like we're just a little bit ahead of football in Italy. We talk about the Premier League teams that are pumping more money into their women's sides, and you're seeing more on TV. You're seeing the success through international competitions. So I feel like, given the chance to play for both, maybe she's taken into consideration, how England are and the success and I would say probably the development of the squad within England's national team.
Okay, thank you.
It's a little bit like those Irish players that all play for England. But never mind, that's another story. But hey, look, Stef, it's been... Sorry, Jim.
Can I add another thing, please?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, thanks, Simon. No, that I was very, very positively impressed by the unbelievable attendance at the women's games in the Euros that took place last year in England, and it was wonderful to see Wembley completely sold out for the final that the Lionesses won last summer. And I'm very happy to notice that even in Italy, attendances at the women's football games are growing very significantly, not only in Serie A in the top division, but also in the lower divisions. And so, as far as I'm concerned, it's very encouraging for the future growth of women's football in both countries. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I'd agree. I went to the Euros final last year. I was lucky enough to get tickets, and it just felt like I've been to many. Like I went to Italy for the Argentina game, the men's game last year as well in the summer. But the atmosphere just felt different at the Women's Euros. It felt more like a family, bring your kids, inspire the younger children sort of atmosphere. Whereas at the men's game, it is still like proper football fans, lots of cheering. So it's very different, but again, lovely atmosphere at both. So yeah, it's great that we're now selling out stadiums for women's teams, and a lot of the Women's Super League teams are now playing in stadiums such as Old Trafford and Stamford Bridge, and it's great to see.
It certainly is, and the game's moving on for women in a way which I suspect we would never have imagined pre those Euros. But it really is becoming, well, a great game, and one that's well worth watching. At all levels, really, I've witnessed improvement. Hey, look, thank you, Gianluca, thank you, Alberto, and in particular, thank you, Stef. It's been brilliant to get you on, and no doubt we'll see you again, because we'll be along to see our sponsored players from No One Likes Us Talking, and Gianluca will be there to get his picture with you and his shirt on that day too.
Wonderful. Thanks. Yeah, can't wait to see you all.
That'd be brilliant. Okay.
Thank you. Same for me. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thanks a lot to all of you guys and to invite me on this meeting online.
You're always welcome, Alberto. Bye for now.